Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Yep, here I am in Silent Hostile Land. Killing things. Why? Well, with the cancellation of incursions. Yay! Incursions canceled. I hate incursions so much. Well, what did I don't know who it was. Live Ops, Arc Runners, whoever's making the decision. What did they do for us? Gave us the Exocomps. So yeah, take advantage of this extra 150% loot drops that you can get. Now, what I really want to discuss with you is why I have chosen silent enemies. And by all means, if you feel like other loops are more important, then by all means do that. But my thought process is here with the expansion of the X-Borg store to include more loot or more loot claims, and with also the new District 56 building and its ability to give you claims for different loops. Follow me so far? Figured it was time to, let's say, rehash what we think using the Incursions Loot Exocomp is best for. Yes, it can give you more loot for your Borg probes, or your Monavine hostiles, or your Actian hostiles, or Voyager. And it's long list of fucking loots that you have to go after. But there are so many claims now for Voyagers, and Monavines, and Stellas, and Actian. Why waste the time? Because these exocomps are only available for so long. And at the same time, because we're now getting to the point where we're using these exocomps a lot, they do cost currency. So it's not like you can just buy an infinite amount, right? So do you want to use them on loops that are giving you help already without the exocomp? Personally, no, I don't want to. I don't need to grind Voyager hostiles anymore, so therefore, I'm not going to use the exocomp for that. I will use my export credit for that, and then just not have to do the loop at all. Same for the Monavine. I don't grind Monavine hostiles anymore. No, I haven't finished the field training, but I don't give a shit. I probably should give a shit. I just don't, because I don't feel like doing any more fucking loops. Because there's too many. So pretty much everything, or every loop that is older than this year, I say isn't worth doing. The only possible exceptions are maybe the Borg Cube, though if you keep up with my channel, you know how I feel about the Borg Cube. Though to a certain extent, it is kind of my fault. Kinda. Because there's no way I would have known without doing it first. But whatever. And maybe ship parts. Yes, there are several other researches or events or systems that can get you a lot more parts than in previous years. So sure, you can use the Loot Exocomp for ship parts, though I don't know that's high on the list. And at the same time, some of these new loops, like let's say Xindi, you really want to use your Exocomp against Xindi. I say no, because the favor is giving you 200%. can already get 200% loot boost, essentially free to play. And then there's Captain Archer. Now, I understand that not everybody is going to have him. There are people out there that aren't going to have him. I do. And I do feel like, while, yes, the sourcing is not great for Archer. Oh, hold on. Let me Cerrito myself. Yes, I am Cerrito boosting myself in here. You can see my Cerrito is in the system. I'll get to that too. Archer. There is sourcing for Archer, so the potential for a lot of players out there to have Archer unlocked is somewhat high. So with Archer and the Favor, you're already getting 600% total. 200 from the Favor, your initial 100%, and then 300% for Archer. And that's if you aren't using one of his little buddies with him, because then it'd be at 700%. So what is another 150% going to do for you? Not a whole lot, right? You're already getting 700%. Oh yeah, get another 150 and you can take it up to 850%. But again, your time is finite. Yes, it does continue, but the period of time where the exocomps will be available is finite. And the currency needed to activate the exocomps is also finite. So do you want to use it for something that you're already getting a pretty good boost for? Those are pretty good as in the numbers high, not that we're actually getting enough. So I still say we're not getting enough. And even furthermore, with the mirror universe, there's a research in there that I have maxed, that I have suggested that you max it as soon as you possibly can, that gives you another 400%. Now, I go into the mirror universe with Picard and Data, so getting 100% from them, I'm getting my original 100% and then 400% from the research for a total of 600%. Again, same principle as the Zindi. It's not moving the needle as much. So, really, that leaves potentially the Borg Cube, potentially some ship parts, Gorn hostiles maybe, right? Now, if you have the Eviscerator, you do get a bonus there, but it's not really a lot for the... What is it? Antimatter. Let's call it antimatter and then isolytic. What is it shit called? I can't remember what this shit is called. God, there's too many of them. Isomatter. Isomatter and Apex Isomatter. What was I calling it? Antimatter. Whatever. That's Jim Hadar's. So yes, you could do for Gorn get the Gorn loot, the Isomatter. With the Eviscerator, you are getting a boost for the Apex Isomatter, but you're not for the regular Isomatter. But it's still, extra loot. So that's really other option. And then here, obviously, where I'm at, Silent Enemies. And yes, I'm in here with Picard and Data and Doctor Below Deck, but again, that would be my original 100% plus 130%. Adding another 150% on top of that is moving the needle a little bit more, right? Compared to, let's say, Zindi or Mirror Universe. That's why I'm in here. And you can see I do have 900,000 total in here, which is kind of annoying because, look, I do appreciate them giving us the opportunity to get more broken ship parts, but at the same time, I don't know if I like this that much. It does make you go OPC more. I mean, look at me. I'm at 925,000. I only got 1.3 million in my cargo hold. I guess I need to upgrade my ship. Of course, at the same time, over 165,000 temporal disruptors. It's enough for at least 10 days. And just so you know what crew I'm using. I'm actually running Picard Data Curon for his speed. Typically, I would use Phlox. Phlox is going to give you that extra defense against these silent assholes, but I want it to go faster now because too many loops and it gets annoying. So you want the speed, or at least I do. And Hugh, and then Balana, and then Doctor, and then Paris, and then Chapel. And now, while I want to have Curon on this ship, again, because things are finite, right? My time, I want to spend more time not doing this shit, you know, because you have to spend so much time doing so many different loops. So that's why I want Curon in here. Then what do you do as far as helping with your combat? Because you're going to lose a bit of combat ability. Well, that's why, you know, there's Cerrito is around and Titan. Titan's the other one. You can use a Titan if you want. I'm just using the Cerrito because, well, because why not? Do the Cerrito or the Titan? Which one do you want? I think I got more currency for the Cerrito so that I don't use, because I use it frequently with the Titan because it's a daily and I want to be able to upgrade my Titan. Because my Titan's not max, my Cerrito says max. And yes, I did bring my Cerritos in here. Again, it's about being a little more time efficient, right? It's another thing that this video is really trying to cover, not just about the Exocomp, but strategies you can use to be more time efficient. And while you're saying, oh, but Rhino, you're wasting a token on your Cerritos. Yes. Am I wasting it? Is it a waste? I mean, I was able to use the buff twice. I don't care about the speed ups. And you know what? I still got 7 tokens. You see me coming in here again. I used the 7th token. So I have 6 tokens after this still. So I've sent in here with my return twice and my Cerrito once. So I've used 3 tokens. You get 2 a day. Bring your big ship. Bring your Cerrito. Boost yourself. Think about the addition to your combat power with the Cerritos, depending on how much research you have done. Now, I have done the research to get me all the crit chance I can from the Cerrito boost, and which is how much? Just, you know, a refresher and show you what researchers I'm talking about. It's actually in the Titan part of the Starship tree. Why it's not in the Cerritos part of the tree, using Cerritos research currency, I don't know. Which I have complained about before. And yes, I know people don't like me complaining, but you know what? It's bullshit. And we need to call this bullshit out. But okay. It's not too bad because you're gonna get the currency. The problem is it's like, why can't I just use the Cerritos currency for it? It's like, what's the point? 30% critical chance. Now these other 2, yes, increased damage and increased mitigation. Haven't done yet because I'm lazy. I feel like I do so many researches, and I got to a point where I was like running really low on this shit. It's like for the last 2 or 3 weeks I haven't done any of these researches. I need to get back in here and get on this again. That's 30% critical chance research right there. Extra critical chance research. Yes, I have my Cerritos max, and yes, I've actually been able to finish all 3 of these rare Carver particle researches. Increased critical damage, another 100% there. More mitigation. Or no, this is shield mitigation, which doesn't really do much of anything. Against players, it doesn't mean anything. Scroll. Done all of this. penetration stats, your increased damage. Excuse me. I don't know whether the shield recycling has, if they fixed it or not. They probably didn't. But again, thinking about what that does for you. Again, me adding the speed and losing Phlox's ability. Added another 30% critical chance. It's something that we do need to be conscious of and use Cerrito buff or Titan buff more. And yes, you can apply the same principle of you bringing the Cerritos into the silent system like I am, into the Mirrorverse, which I also have suggested. Because think about what that extra 30% is actually doing for you. That's assuming you're not also bringing in your Titan. Because if the Titan's got 30%, Cerrito's got 30%, that's 60%. What's your base critical hit against hostiles? Depends on, your level of research and whatnot. And also think about Metreon Cascades. Why I suggest going in the event store and getting more tier up catalysts. Metreon Cascade, the free one, the free to play one anyway, it's pretty good because it does add critical chance. Now I don't have it on this ship, I have it on a different ship. And I don't even want it on that ship anymore. It's just a stupid fusion rod. Just like I gotta unlock. It's 40,000 unlock the new spot for the new ship. And then another, 10,000 to move the dumb thing. I was like, oh my god, really? And I don't even have enough yet. Been trying for like a month. Still don't have enough. So yeah, I understand that Forbidden Tech is still kind of shitty. At least the sourcing of it and all, but can be very useful. My Metreon Cascade gives me another 26% critical chance. You see how you increasing all these critical chances. These are not the guys that hinder your critical chance. At least I don't think they are. Are they? I don't remember what the fuck they do. No. It increases critical chance by 100% for 4 rounds. Increases critical damage, blah, 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 blah. Increases hostile damage. So why Phlox is good is he reduces their critical chance, and that's what he helps them. But when I bring in Phlox, bringing the Cerritos, and essentially boosting your combat power to kill the enemy quicker and then therefore take less damage. Right? You're shortening combat and therefore taking less damage, hopefully, anyway. At least that's the idea. Alright. I think I've explained this enough. Hopefully you understand what's going on here and what I'm suggesting you to do in wrapping this up here now. The loot exos they usually populate during incursions. They're up now. This was supposed to be incursions weekend. It was canceled. But they gave us, the Arc Runners, Incursion Runner, Incursion Master, Live Ops. Whoever is in charge of this now has decided to give us a loot exo. I'm telling you, target a specific loot. The loot that is more difficult for you to grind and doesn't already have a boost mechanic already in game. Like, say, the export store, right? I'm saying don't go after those because you can get them easier. Something like a favor for the Zindi. It's getting you another 200% right there. An officer, like say Archer, specifically getting you extra loot from Zindi. Mirror Universe, research specifically giving you 400%. I'm saying don't waste your loot exo on Zindi or Mirror Universe or anything really older than Zindi. I suggest, who are these assholes? Silent assholes. God. Can't remember all these assholes. I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Go after the silent enemy or the Gorn hostiles, because overall, I think that's going to net you the most benefit, right? Because there's not a lot of boosting for the loot with those guys, which there is in other places. And I'm telling you, Bring your Cerritos in here. Look, you get 2 tokens a day. Putting a loot Exocomp on, you're going to get more loot, hopefully. And I didn't even, I meant to look before I died the last time to show you how much I actually got total. I did before, and you can see I got more than 10 days worth. Is that worth an extra token for your Cerrito? It is. I promise you it is. So please comment below. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying Gorn and Silent Enemies are the best to use your loot Exocomp on. Do you agree? Do you have a better hostile or a better loot to go after? I was doing Armadas a little earlier. I think Armadas can be another good one to go after. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.